Our parents are aging, of course, clock is ticking, and I'm finding myself very frustrated and sometimes angry with my other cousins as they aren't here to deal with all of the physical and cognitive decline issues that are
We can see
happening.
why you're concerned, because they're not here to push stuff around in physical form, which doesn't work very well either. And you are here, but you're not using the power that you've got.
Well, and I'm stretched thin. I'm a husband and father of a vibrant 4-year-old.
That's because you think it's about action, right, and you don't know that it's about pointing. And you're pointing at the problem rather than at the intention.
Yeah.
And everybody understands why you would do that, for sure. It's easy to understand why you would do that.
How do I take... I'm also I was laid off in January, haven't had any hits yet. Unemployment's running out next week.
You're not wrong about any of this.
Gotta get something going.
You're telling it like it is. You're not wrong about any of this.
How do I...
Not like that.
Yeah.
Not like that. You cannot continue to talk about how it's going, especially when how it going sucks, from top to bottom all around. Nothing can shift as long as this is how you feel.
Is there a way I can vocalize my frustration without... No. So I can't communicate with my cousins?
But step one is not a bad thing. Step one says, I don't like this. If we were standing in your physical shoes and we knew that there was a power in this universe called the law of attraction and the energy that creates worlds, we would say to ourselves, if I can utilize that, I'm going to. I'm going to get the law of attraction working for me instead of against me. Because the law of attraction is an equal opportunity mechanism. It's going to amplify whatever you've got going on. And so people talk about the 1, 2, 3 punch. Well, you've got the 1, 2, 300 punch going on. And so the worse it gets, 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 the worse it gets. Or not really. It just stays the same worseness on every topic that you focus on. In other words, your cousins aren't getting worse. They're the same amount of bad.
And they're not, let me make it, they're not bad. It's just, it's
they're not helping either. But you're looking for help in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
Look for it where it is. And where is it? Where do you think your inner being is looking for help? You think your inner being is saying, oh, look, there's some people that haven't been helping for a really long time. Let's see if we can engage them. Or do you think your inner being is saying, there are a world of helpful people, institutions, benefits, all kinds of things that would help. Let's line up some of them. They're lined up. And then your inner being is not saying, but that guy is so hung up on what isn't working that he isn't letting it in. Your inner being is not saying that. Your inner being is saying, try this way, try this way, try this way. How about this? How about this? How about this? But when you are sure that it isn't working, you miss that and you miss that and you miss that and you miss that. People say, I'm so worried that I'll get to the dock and I'll miss my boat. It will already have sailed. And we say, there's another one and 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 another one. But you keep missing them and missing them and missing them and missing them because you're not synced up with them because you're mad. And not without reason, but you can't get to where you want to be when you're taking score of what is. What is won't let improvement happen if what is sucks. Oh, if you said every day $1,000 is deposited into my bank account and I don't know where it comes from.
That would be nice.
Stay with us. And that's the story that you were telling. Then the better it gets, 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 the better it gets. And most people are saying, well, put that $1,000 in my bank account every day and then we'll talk, Abraham. Then we'll have a conversation about the better it gets, the better it gets. But as long as it's worse, 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 I don't want to talk to you about better, 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 better. And then we say, well, as long as you're talking about worse, 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 it can't get better, 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 better. You got to find something that's a little better. You got to find something and you can't make it up. You can't put a happy face sticker on your gas gauge when you don't mean it. You got to mean it. You've got to find easy existing matches. And we know you can, because you just said to us when we were playing with you about how bad your cousins are, you said, they're not bad.
No.
They're not bad.
No.
They're not bad. But if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would not look at them as the path of least resistance either. We would look for the machine that dug up the cactus that you've never looked for before. Look for it where it is. And if you don't know where it is, then look to your inner being who knows where it is. Did we tell this story in a way that you could really hear it? Your inner being has been listening to you and knows everything you're asking for. Did you hear us when we said your inner being never has split energy? Therefore, your inner being has a powerful point of attraction. Therefore, your inner being is gathering up cooperative components on your behalf that you are blocking by focusing on your cousins. They're not bad. They're not cooperative components to this issue. They're not bad. They're not cooperative components to this issue. They got their own sad songs to sing, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Yeah. They've been singing them a long time. All kinds of people harmonizing with them. It's a whole sad song movement going on.
I need to move past the fact that it quite likely will, and because it has been me here, when the S goes down, it will most likely just be me.
So do you mean move past that, or do you mean move past the fact that your cousins are not help on the way?
Yeah, I need to just realize that it's
But
me
let's sort
here
this out. No,
and just make peace.
That's the opposite of what we just said to you. You are not alone. You're just blocking the help. You're not alone. You're just not letting in the help that would be there if you weren't focused on the fact that the help hasn't shown up yet. Humans call it miracle. We call it finally getting out of the way. We call it telling a different story. Finally getting hold of a piece of your own deservability. You've been defending your hard work with reason because you work hard. You've been defending it. And people do this. We love you people so much. We love peoples. We love you so much. But you do some really dumb things. And the dumbest of things that you do is that most of you walk off in a big cluster of not allowing help from source. And you're banging around with each other, squabbling over what you've decided is a finite pie. A finite pie is a pie that is this big, doesn't get any bigger, has no way to get bigger. It's all there is, and you fight over who's getting how much of it. There's not a finite pie. It's an infinite pie. Every time you ask, the pie gets bigger. Every time anybody asks for anything, the pie gets bigger. But people that are used to squabbling over what they believe is the pie can't get any of the big pie because they're so mad about the little pie that is a lie. It's a flawed premise. When you ask, it is given. When you ask, it is given. When they ask, it is given. When they ask, it is given. It is huge. The abundance that is there for you all is huge. But you got to accept that it's huge. And you got to accept that you can let it in. And you got to accept, and this is the biggest thing for you of all, when you let it in, you don't deprive anybody else. That's what's been hung up for you. That's why you work so hard. You don't want to take anything away from anybody. You never want to deprive anyone of anything. But you can't deprive them. They deprive themselves. You can't deprive them. And you can't get rich enough to help poor people get rich either. You can't get well enough to help sick people get well. You can't mess with the law of attraction. All you can do is create, by the thoughts you think, an atmosphere of your bag of marbles that when you step into this new segment, you let the law of attraction yield to you the good stuff. Let's play some games. You want to play some games? Everybody all right with that? Let's clean this up a little bit. So let's start with that marble game where you identify what's wrong. I have these rat bastard cousins that...
No, that's going way too far.
We're kidding about it. Those are words that Esther doesn't even really know what they mean, but she thinks that it means that somebody who really isn't pleasing me in some way. I've got these ne'er-do-well too much?
Even that, it's, yeah.
Oh, well,
you know,
your energy really shifted during this conversation. I've got these unwilling.
They're just not here. They're just not here.
I've got these unfocused.
And our clock's ticking. Our parents, it's coming, you know?
Say it.
The clock is ticking. The time for our parents is coming, and it's going to be just me here dealing with that. My in-laws who are already in elder care dealing with that and dementia and their
Turns out it's not your cousins at all. It's you.
I'm sandwiched.
It's not your cousins at all.
I'm sandwiched between so much stuff.
It's you. It's not your cousins at all. It's you. It's not your cousins at all. It's you. It's not your cousins at all. It's you. They're off living happily ever after, rat bastards. And here you are facing everything with your physicality, and your physicality isn't enough, not nearly enough. So you write in this outside column, I have such strong feelings of having all of this on my shoulders. It's like it's been my burden for so long. And not only has it been my burden for so long, but I know the burden is going to get greater because these people that I care about and I'm trying to take care of are getting older and more things are happening to them. And so I am frightened. I am worried. I am fearful. So there you are. And that's your point of attraction. Whatever comes to you has to match that right now. So in this big circle with these little circles in, you write where you are. I'm frightened. I'm fearful. I'm defeated. I'm worried. Now we're going to play another game. Rather than having an opinion based on facts, you use that word. Instead of having a factual opinion of what is, and instead of defending it, and you're good at defending it, everybody believes you. You're not making this stuff up. This factual, telling it like it is, opinion. We're going to make a new space for something else. We're going to intend instead of face reality. We're going to intend instead of defend or explain. We're going to intend. Now, just softly, all of you, think about the difference between an opinion. An opinion, not always, but most always, an opinion is pushing against something. Is pushing against the injustices of the uneven distribution of money. Is pushing against the unfairness of people who are related who aren't doing their fair share. Is pushing against people getting sicker when they get older. Is pushing against so many things. These opinions are, all of them, pushing against. Well, this is a universe that doesn't say, oh, he's pushing against, so don't flow anything else toward him. Because there's no such thing as no in an attraction-based universe. So the more you, in your right mind and with your truth-telling and in your opinions that are based on fact, the more you speak those facts, the more you call to you what you do not want. So, opinions not working, intentions do work. So, what do I intend? Some relief. What do I intend? I'd like things to get better. What do I intend? Some clear ideas. What do I intend? Things that I don't know how to do right now that I can figure out how to do. What do I intend? Some relief. What do I intend? Clarity. What do I intend? Being strong on my feet. What do I intend? Feeling better. What do I intend? Knowing what to do. What do I intend? Some clear thoughts. What do I intend? Things opening up. What do I intend? Balance in more of us. What do I intend? It feeling easier. What do I intend? Feeling better. What do I intend? My cousins doing their fair share. Oh, yeah, that's what I believe. What do I intend? Them just doing what they need to do. What do I intend? Okay, that's enough of that game. That's enough of the pointing game. Now let's find the feeling place of easy existing matches. I'm still standing and I'm pretty good at it. And everyone's always seen me as the strong one. That's why people lean on me.
I actually wasn't, though. I was the Bart Simpson. I wasn't...
I wasn't strong, but they made me strong by depending on me. Is that more truthful? Do you feel strong?
Yeah.
You must be. You got a whole lot depending on you. I'm strong. I'm strong because I care, and I'm strong because I'm focused. And resources do come to me. I managed to do things that I didn't even know I could do. I've been figuring this out for a long time, but I realize that I've been doing more with action than is possible. And now I want to start utilizing the energy that creates worlds.